So, I want you to imagine here, and let me just get my ellipse tool out. I want you to imagine a bunch of dots. Okay? I want you to imagine all these itty-bitty dots. These dots represent different cities. They represent different areas of interest. And each one of those areas is connected in some shape or way. Let's increase the stroke on this. Yeah. So, these are all connected in some way, shape, or form to one another. And the way these guys wind up doing this is they wind up connecting in some sort of fashion, let's just say like that. So let's just say you're over here on the left-hand side, and that's your computer. We're going to make your computer, we're going to make it nice and blue so it's different. And we're going to also put it up front so that it doesn't happen. And let's just say here's our target. Here's the website you're trying to go to. It's your favorite website in the world, and we're going to make that red. And we're also going to put that up front. How are we going to get from this blue dot to this red dot? The answer is along these lines. So, you're probably thinking, okay, well, maybe you'll take this upper path, or maybe you'll take this bottom path, or maybe you'll take this path down here, even though it takes longer. But this guy right here, this blue dot, and this this red dot, we're going to say those are the servers. This is your server that you're connected to. And not only are you connected to that, but probably chances are every single computer nearby is also connected in some way, shape, or form to this server. And we're going to say this is the server over here. This is Google, and Google is located in California, right? So we're going to say this is California. We're going to say this blue dot right here is, I don't know, New York. So how do we get from New York to tell Google we want to go visit a website? Like if I were to simply type in Google, like, I don't know, yahoo.com, YouTube. We're going to go to YouTube. So, okay, we would go into our search bar, and we're just going to go and type in, www.youtube.com or something, right? And there we go, we've got YouTube right here. And it took in, a brief second, it got me where I needed to be. So, what I do is I type in my computer on my server and say, hey, I want to go to YouTube. And then the computer goes and says, okay, we're requesting information. I will now travel along this path to, I don't know, we're going to say this is New York, so we're going to go from New York to Connecticut. And then from Connecticut, we're going to go to Vancouver. And then from Vancouver, we're going to go to Seattle. And then from Seattle, we're going to go to California. Why not? It's going to go from node to node to node to the end result. And then my data is going to go there and say, hey, this person on this computer all the way back here wants to access, YouTube.com. And Google's going to go and say, okay, let me think about it. And it's going to go back and say, yes, you've been approved. So it's going to go back through Seattle, through Vancouver, through New York to finally get to me. Oh, sorry, Connecticut to get to New York. It's going to go back and forth, both ways, and it happens, as you saw, in generally the blink of an eye. Now, what happens if, say, oh nope, this node right here, that node exploded. The server just up and fried itself. It's just gone. There's nothing there. I can't go from, this dot to this dot to this dot because this dot no longer exists. There was a fire, a tornado hit, an earthquake. The power got taken down somehow by a lightning bolt or a freak accident. Whatever reason, it's gone. Well, the computer is then going to go and say, I'm going to pick a different way. I'm going to go through, I don't know, Florida to Texas to, Vegas to California. It's going to pick a different way. Now, depending on how much traffic is being used on those nodes or how many computers are on those servers, it might be faster, it might be longer, but it's going to find a different way. I will eventually get to where I need to be. It will get the information, and then it will send the information back. For those of you wondering why someday your computer might seem a little slow when doing the internet, either there's a lot of traffic, or maybe the specific nodes, the specific path that your computer is taking is different from what it normally is. It may be redirected in different ways. Like whoever here has had a flight. My brother had a flight from America to Australia, where he had to, he had to have a layover in China, and he was there for about a whole day waiting for the next flight because of some sort of delay. It happens. Now, the same thing can happen to computers. And of course, but as long as the paths are up, you'll be able to get your information. Now, what would happen if, say, Google itself went away? It doesn't matter what path I take then, I'm not going to get it. Page not found. You're not going to be able to find your website. Your website is flat out gone from the internet. Doesn't matter what path I take, I can't get there. And same thing would happen if somehow instead your computer was out. Google is in no way going to be able to find you. Your information is gone. It can't send the data to you. So, that is basically how the internet works in the simplest of terms. This is how a computer talks to another computer. This is how a server talks to another server. So yeah, think of it like this. Servers have many computers all on the same server. And they all go across nodes to talk to other servers, which in turn talk to many other computers. And that's basically how the internet works. That's also basically how your cell phone works. You have your cell phone, and the beam goes to a satellite, which goes across to another satellite, which goes across to whatever the receiver is. And the same way your car radio works. You've got your radio, it's getting a signal from this tower, which is going from here to here back to the source of the information, and the source of the information is then sending back the data. It's also the same way your television works. Live television is not actually live. There's a couple of seconds of delay. Okay? Because it's getting the signal going, hey, this person's watching this channel, and then of course, oh, hey, let's bring the channel back and send them the information. And they get the information that way. If anyone has ever had two televisions watching the same program in two different rooms, and had that situation where the big scene happens about 1 or 2 seconds before it happens on on the other television, that's why it took a little bit longer for it to reach that one television than it did the other. So it's all sort of that same process. It's information forward and back. You can delete as many things along the way. As long as there is still a path connecting to it, the computer will find a way. But if one of the end results is missing, you cannot get the data. So the two key points, this blue and this red dot, must be the 2 points that remain intact in order to transmit the data back and forth along the nodes. They're in constant communication with each other over and over again. Thank you very much.